Hi everyone, welcome to GeeksforGeeks YouTube channel, and I am Rishabh, the host for today's video. So in today's video we are going to build a awesome fitness tracking website through which you can add your fitness like your workouts, your gyms, and then you can be displayed with your calories burnt, your monthly chart, your weekly chart, your graph, how much calories you have burnt. So there will be a complete mix up of the graphs, charts and all the stuff, and this website is going to be look like a huge bump. So I guess you will be liking this video. So in today's video we are going to use React.js as our front end tech stack and Mern stack and MongoDB for our backend, right? So the whole tech stack is Mern stack basically. So I hope you will be liking today's video. So let's get started with today's video, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and let's just get started with the video. So as you can see, like, we are going to build this awesome fitness tracking website. It has a very nice UI. You can add this in your resume. You can see it has a sign up and login feature, and it has a very cool UI UX design that you will be learning, and we will be doing the full setup. So you can see, you can log in, there is an incorrect password prompt and all the stuffs, and if you enter the correct, it will be like taking you to the home screen, and you can see like there are the whole stats and the charts and all the things, the workouts that you have done. Then you can filter with the dates and all the stuffs. And I hope that this website or this web application is built in React.js and it looks pretty much cool and awesome. So yeah, so you can see this is also responsive, like you can use this in your mobile screen also. So yeah, let's get started. So first of all, open your VS Code, and in your folder where you will be setting up the things or building the website, open and write npx create react app client. So it will be creating a React application. This is a command for the basic starting app. And open another terminal and make a directory mkdir server. So you will see server is created, then do some stuff. Okay, sorry, so I will remove this one. Yeah, after making the directory server, go inside the server, do cd server, and then type npm init. So it will be initialized, and go with the all default things. Once it is done, your server is set up. So you will be getting this utils, buttons and all these files from the drive link, and you will be getting the readme text folder. So open that and install the dependencies. So open the server, do cd server, and paste the command npm install all the stuff. So it will be installing all the dependencies that we will be requiring, like nodemon and other stuffs, right? JWT and other stuffs. So once it is done, so you can see our client is now ready. So our basic starter application is ready. So I will do cd client. Now I am in the client directory, and then I will write npm start. So it will start our React application. And as you can see, in localhost 3001 our React application is being started. So this is a basic React application, you can see. So let's clear out the things that are not required. So I will select the files app.js, app.css and other stuff, and I have deleted that. And in app.js I have removed the default things that have been given. So do the same as of like me, what I am doing. Remove the report rib vitals from that, and now it is done. So now our client and the server is being set up, is being completed. So you can see the hello GFG is coming, right? So now let's do one thing. So open the client folder, go in the src and copy utils and paste it in the src. So in utils basically we have some images that you can see and the logo basically, and we have data, some of the data of the cards, and a theme.js file which we will be using as a style component theme, right? And now let's create another folder, components. I will create a components folder in the src, and now I will copy the button and the text input in the components folder and simply paste that one. And in index.css I will open that and I will paste in the my index.css. It is basically the font and the scroll bar, that things. So yeah, now our initial setup is completed. So now let's get started with building the application. So first thing what we have to do is we have to install the dependencies. So same thing, copy the dependencies that I will be providing in the drive. So paste that command and it will be installing all the dependencies like the charts, style components, MUI icons and all the stuffs, right? So yeah, Once it will be done, we are good to go. So first thing is remove the class. We don't need a class. We will be using style components. You can search style components and see their documentation. So style components makes our CSS easy. So first thing is in the app.js, we will wrap the whole thing with the theme provider. So what is theme provider? Using the theme provider, we can define our whole theme. So it is a part of style component. So I will import theme provider from style components. And after that I will write, say, we have to pass the theme also. So I will define theme equals to light theme. And now this light theme we have to import from the utils that I have provided already. You can add your custom theme also, right? So I will go in the utils and then themes. Perfect. So now a theme provider is done. So now the main thing comes. So first we will be having routing. So we will be using browse router, which is our main route of the routing part. So browser router, we have to import that from the React router DOM, right? So React router DOM. So we have imported, and inside that we will be having our let's say for of now we will be having a container. I will go in the routes later on. So what is a container? Container is basically a style component where we write our, well, we will be writing our styles. So as I have written, so you have to define container as a style.div. And then in the container you can write your custom CSS. So I will give width 100% and I will give height 100%, 100 VH you can give, and then I will write display as a flex, and it is good to go. And then after that I will add flex direction column, and I will give a background of BG. So theme that I have written, so that is how you can access your theme colors. And I will give color as theme.text primary, overflow X and overflow Y will be hidden, and I have given a transition of 0.2 second ease, right? So as you can see in the themes, these are the themes, BG light, menu bar and all the stuff. So you can use the colors. Okay, so that is how simple we can write the CSS in the same file, right? So yeah, now the next thing that comes here is the pages. The pages we will be having, first is authentication. So I will write authentication.jsx and do the simple basic command RAFC for the default React export function. Then I will import authentication first, and let us import it. So I will write inside the container authentication. So you can see that now authentication is coming, right? So let's get started with the authentication. So in the authentication, same thing, I will write container, the root, and after that we will be having two sections, left section and right section. Left section is for the image that we have, and the right we will be having our form. So left and right. So first let's import the style components, and then I will define the style components container style.div, and then I will define the left and the right. Perfect. And now if you reload, you can see, okay, so if you reload you will be seeing, let us write L and R so it will be visible. So you can see L and R are coming, right? So let us define the container first. So I will write flex 1 and height is 100%. Then I will write display flex, and then background I will give BG. So you can see now it is display is being flex and they are side by side. For the left I will write flex 1 and color is blue, and right also I will write flex 1 and color is red. So it will be background color, so it will be more visible to us to understand the style structure. So I will write background blue, and for that also I will write background red. So you can see the both of the things are coming side by side as we wanted, but our small screen we don't need like this. We only want the form. So I will write media max with 700 pixel. I will write display flex direction would be column, and I will copy this one and I will paste in the left, and I will be doing display as none because we don't want that thing, right? So I will write simply display none. So you can see only the right part is coming, and for bigger screen both the things are coming, right? So that is called as responsiveness of a website. Then in the left we have a logo and image. So I will write logo and image, and then let us define the style components. So I will write logo will be a image, so style.image, and then I will write a constant image which is a image also, same again. And now let us first import the image and the logo. So I have imported logo and image from our utils folder from image, and then in the logo I will pass src as logo image, and in the image also I will pass src as a auth image. Now let us define the style of them. So for left, first do position relative, and position relative because the logo will be at the top of the main image frame, right? So it is relative, sorry. And then in the logo we will have position absolute with 70 pixel and that, so you can see, and top 40 pixel, left 60 pixel, and Z index is 10. And for image, position will be relative and width and height is 100%. So you can see now the thing is coming absolutely perfect, right? So this one is done. So left, you can see, you can also keep this thing, but I don't want, so I have removed that one for smaller screen. Now coming to the right, so right section is basically our form section, right? So let us define a hook, that is a use state hook. We will be having a login and set login. So we are having two screens for sign up and logging. So we will be like manipulating, if the login state is currently true, then we will be showing the login form, and if not, then we will be showing the sign up form. So the logic I have written, login and then a ternary operator, and then inside that we have a text that I am written don't have a account, then sign up. And in this case I will write already have an account. So done. So I will define the text for of now. So text will be a style.div and text button would be a style.div. So sign up and sign in would be a button. So let us do one thing. Let us remove the color first. And in the text we will be having a font size 16 pixel, color would be theme.secondary, margin top would be 16, and for smaller screen 400 pixel I will give font size 14 pixel. For right, position would be relative and display would be flex and flex direction column, and padding 40 pixel, gap 16 pixel, justify content center, align item center. So it will be in the center of the page, right? And for text button I will write color as theme.primary, and cursor would be pointer, and rest of the stuff. So let us wrap the sign up and sign in text in the text button. So I will write sign up. So you can copy and paste this one and write sign in. So you can see the color is now blue and it is a button, right? So text button, let us do a span, so it will be in the same alignment, right? And let us give it an on click function, and in this on click we will be manipulating our use state hook, and I will set the set login as true. And in the already have an account, simply write set login as false. So okay, so for set login it will be false and true. Okay, and in login it will be a not. So and this would be true, and for sign in it would be false. Perfect, done. And now let's create the components of sign up and sign in form. So I have written sign in the components and sign up file, and then default React export component, and then I will first of all define sign up and sign in the authentication. So you can see as sign in is coming and sign up is coming, and on the button click both are interchanging. So our thing is now perfect, our logic is perfect. Let's get started with the sign up form first, right? So again the same thing, I will wrap the whole thing in a container. After that we will be having a div, and inside that we will be having a title. So title you can give welcome to FitTrack, and then I will write span, and in span I will write please log in with your details here. And after that I will have another div, and let us define the container first. So container would be a style.div, and after that I will import the style components from style components, and after that I will define the other components, that is title and span, right? Perfect. If you reload, for sign in also I will write the same thing. Let us change to sign in, and this is for the sign in only, welcome to FitTrack, please log in. So let us define the container with 100% height, max with 500 pixel. You can see the text are coming, right? So I will give it a flex direction column and gap at 36 pixel. Title would be font size 30 pixel, font weight would be 80 pixel, and then text would be primary. And then after that we will be having a span of color text secondary, and then in the input part of the form we will be having the text input, which will be say as import. First I will import the text input from the text input, and then I will import the button also. Let us give the label first of all for the text input, that is email address, and placeholder would be enter your email address simply, right? So this is done, and after that we will be having our let us reload and see. So let us do one thing, style, I would write display would be flex and gap would be 20 pixels. So you can see our email address input prompt has came, and flex direction would be column. So you can see our input prompt is now perfectly coming. So let us copy and paste, and let us change this to password. So I will write the label as password, and I will write enter your password. This is how simple you can create a login form, and I will pass a prop password. So the I button would be coming for the password input field, and then I will import button. So let us import this button from the components itself. So this both text input and button will be given. So you can go through the styles also. So I will pass text as a sign in the button, and if we reload, you can see a button sign in is coming, and this is our login page. It is looking absolutely fine. Let us change it to sign in, and for this one let us change it to sign up, and we will be adding one more field that is your full name for sign up. So let us change the title to create new account, please enter details, and first one would be full name, enter your full name. Perfect. So this is looking absolutely fine. Our login page is done, right? I hope it is looking pretty much cool, right? So give it a thumbs up if you are liking the video till now. So let's close the sign up. So our authentication part is done. So the next part that is coming here is, so say we have to give a logic, say if user is present, so in that case we won't be showing the login or authentication part, right? So I will create a use hook here also for user, and I will check if user is present, that is a ternary operator, so I would be showing something else, and if not, then I will be showing the authentication part, right? So let us do the thing when user would be present, right? So if not present, authentication is being completed, and if present, then we have to create a file. So first thing is we will be having our navigation bar, so the top bar that you can see. So let us create a navbar component in the components.js, and then basic, then again the same thing, RAFC basic export of the React function, right? So let us okay, so let us wrap the whole thing in a container, or you can say nav also, anything you want, and then inside this nav we have a nav container, and inside this nav container we will do one thing. Let us import the style components, and after that I will define the nav and the nav container first. So nav would be a style.dev and nav container would be a style.dev, and okay, so nav and nav container are done, and the next thing we can do here is let us reload and see. Okay, so let us first import the navbar so we can see how the changes are coming. So I have imported in app.js, so you can see if I write hi, so hi is coming at the top, right? So yeah, our navbar is now functional, means it is being imported and exported. So first thing that we will be having here is a nav logo, which will be like a link to slash, that is our home, and inside that nav logo we will be having our logo and the fit track text, right? So let us first define the nav logo. So I will copy and paste nav logo, and then we will be having our logo, and then the logo would be an image, and let us, for the nav we will be having a background color theme.bg, height 80 pixel, display would be flex, align item center, justify content center, font size 1 rem, position would be sticky, it would be at the top, so top 0, send index would be 10, color would be white, and the border bottom would be 1 pixel solid theme text primary and plus 20, and in the nav container with 100% max with 1400 pixel, and then padding 0 by 20 pixel, display flex, gap 14 pixel, align item center, and all the stuffs, right? So you can just see the styles and you can add, and after that we will be having our nav logo, which will be a link. So let us import the link. So I have imported link r as a link, And then in nav logo we will have with 100%, display would be flex, align item center, gap 16 pixel, padding 0 by 6 pixel, font weight 600 pixel, font size would be 18 pixel, decoration would be none, and color would be black, right? So you can see fit track logo is coming perfectly. So in src we will be passing the logo, so logo image, and let us import the logo image first. So we have imported logo image from our utils and we have passed that one. You can see our logo image is coming perfect and our text is also coming perfect, right? So we will be having a hamburger icon for the mobile screen or for the smaller device. So I will write a mobile icon and I will import menu downloaded from our style component icon, and as a sx, which is our style, I will pass color inherit. So it will inherit the parent component's color. So let us define the mobile icon style component. So its color would be text primary and display would be none. But for smaller screen, so I will write 768, its display would be flex. So you can see a smaller screen, a hamburger icon is coming perfectly fine, right? So that is done. Now the next thing, that is our main navigation links that we have. So I will write nav items, and inside that nav items container we will be having a nav link. Change it to nav link, capital N, and its link would be to slash, that is our dashboard. And let us do one thing, let us create these components. So const nav items would be a style.ul. I have written div, okay, so let's go with the div. And then for nav link, it would be a navigation link basically. So for navigation link, React router DOM we have imported, and it will be style.ul, the nav items. Perfect. So you can see dashboard is now coming. So I will give with 100% and display flex for nav items, and align item center, just to content center, and gap would be 32 pixel, padding would be 0 by 6 pixel. Perfect. And then let's do one thing. For nav link we will be writing, say, also for nav items list style would be none, and for nav link display flex, align item center, color would be text primary, font weight 500, cursor pointer, text decoration none. So you can see it is now perfect, and transition all 1 second sliding. And for hover it will be changing to color as theme primary, and if it is active then I will change it to color as primary, right? And border bottom would be 1 pixel theme primary. And now I have pasted all the navigation links that we are having, so you can see how beautiful it is looking like now. Okay, so our nav items and nav links are done, and for smaller screen we don't want, so I have written a display as none. Now after this nav link items or the nav items, the next thing that we have here is our sign in button, you can say. So user container would be our main component wrapper, and then inside that we will be having our avatar, and then we will be having our text button, that is logout. So avatar and user container. So let us define the user container first, that is style.div, and our text button, so which will be logout basically. And let us write the style. So with 100%, height 100%, display flex, justify content flex, and gap would be 16 pixel. Perfect. And align item center, padding 0 by 6 pixel, color would be primary. Okay, so our text button is also, you can see logout button is coming. For text button, text alignment and color would be theme.text secondary, cursor would be pointer, font size 16, transition, and a hover effect of theme.primary. Right now it is coming perfect, we can see. So yeah, our logout button is also done, and avatar is imported from material UI. So for mobile menu, when we click on the hamburger, our list of menus should come, right? So for that I will write mobile menu, and inside that I have pasted all the nav links that we have. So mobile menu would be a style.div or ul, you can write. And after that inside that we will be having display flex and flex direction as column, and then align items would be start, and gap would be 16 pixel, and its padding would be say 0 by 6, and list style would be none with 80%, padding 12 by 24 by 40 pixel, background would be card light, and position would be absolute. Width also you can give 90%, top would be 80 pixel, and right would be 0 pixel. And we have given a transform that if it is open, then we have made its position opacity 100%, and if not then 0. Also z index we have shifted basically, right? So mobile menu I have passed is mobile menu, so we have to define a use hook use state, so is open, set is open, and it will by default false, and we have passed that one is open. So when we click on the hamburger, so on click of hamburger, we will set the is open as true, or basically you can write not of is open. So that is our logic basically, right? So if you click on this, you can see it is animation is coming and the menu is coming. Perfect. And background you can give theme.bg. Perfect. And z-index also, you can see the style. So the whole thing you will be getting on my GitHub account, so you can see the styles and all the stuff if you miss out anything. So after the nav bar, what we have next is our routes, that is our pages we will be having. So I have written routes, and inside that routes we will define single route. First is path, that is the main slash path, and it is exact, and in element we will pass dashboard. So this is our page dashboard, right? So let us create the dashboard page inside the pages. So I will write dashboard.jsx and rafc basic default text import. So let us import this here also. So it is imported. Okay, sorry. So it will be from pages. So you can see that let us define the other things also, that is workout, and let us change it to workout. Let us create the pages workout.jsx. So rafc, so we are having only 2 pages currently. So workout workouts, and then let us import this workouts from pages. Yeah, done. So now if we are in the slash workouts path, then we will be in the workout page, and if in the normal, then we will be having in our dashboard. So let us get started with the dashboard page, right? So in dashboard page, the first thing that we have is a container. The same thing, I will define a container, and this inside this container we will be having our wrapper. So in this wrapper, if you see that we are having a section that is dashboard, where all the cards of the stats are there. So first I will write a title, that is dashboard, that was present, and after that we will be having a flex wrap, where the cards will be wrapped actually, and then we will be having a div, and we can, for of now this let us say these are the cards. So I have written div card, and then I will import style components, and then I will define the container as a style.div. Then we will define the wrapper, and then we will define title, and then we will define flex wrap. So, right, perfect. So let us reload and see how it is coming. So first let us define the container. Flex would be 1, height would be 100%, display flex, justify content center, padding 22 pixel, overflow y would be scrolling. And for wrapper, flex would be 1, max width I have given 1400 pixel, display flex direction column, gap 22 pixel, and for smaller screen, gap would be 12 pixel, 600, max width 600, it would be having a gap of 12 pixel. Then for title, font size 22 pixel, color would be text primary, font weight 500. Flex wrap, it will be having display flex, flex wrap, justify content space between, gap would be 22 pixel. Perfect. So let us see. So you can see the thing is looking pretty much cool. So let us define the cards. So next thing is defining the cards actually, right? So let us do one thing. So for this card, what we have here is we will be having a count, which we have to import from the utils. So count is basically we have a let me show you. So import counts from utils/data. So in counts, if you open the counts, so you can see these are the basic cards and their icons and their description, color, and all the access key and all, right? So I have mapped the counts, so counts.map items, and in this mapping we will be having our counts card, and I will pass the item as a props. So let us create a folder cards, and then we will have count cards inside that and the components basically, right? So let us import the counts card also. So first thing, let us wrap the whole thing as a card. We will be having 2 parts in the card, one is left and one is right. So as you can see, in the right we have the icon and left we have the text parts. So left and icon, so we have also props item. So icon would be item.icon, and the left we will be having a title first of all, that will be item.name, and we will be having a value. So in value you can pass for of now let us pass normal text, and then we have a unit, that is item.unit, and after that we have a span, and in this span we will pass a percentage gain, right? And I will give positive and negative. So if it is positive it would be green, if it is negative it would be red. So I have imported style components first, and let us define all the components first of all. So first would be const card, and then would be style.div, and I will paste this one and change the name. First would be left, then would be title, then value, then unit, then span, right? And then span. And we have icon also, icon, done. So if we reload, let us see. Okay, so in dashboard we have to import the counts card. I have imported it, and now if you reload you can see all the stuffs are coming perfect. So let us do now one thing, that is let us get started with the styling part. So in the card I will write flex1 minimum with 200 pixel, padding would be 24 pixel, and border would be 1 pixel solid, theme text primary plus 20, looking perfect. Then I will give border radius 14 pixel and epoch shadow of 16 pixel by 20 by 0 pixel, and would be theme.text secondary. Display would be flex, gap would be 6 pixel for the card, and then for the left it would be flex1 display flex direction column, gap would be 12 pixel, and media max with 600, gap would be 6 pixel. Title will have a font weight of 600, font size 16, color would be theme.primary, and for smaller screen font size would be 12 pixel. Then a value is there, font weight 600, font size 32, display would be flex, align items end, gap 8 pixel, and color would be text primary, right? And for smaller screen font size would be 22 pixel. For units font size would be 14 pixel, margin bottom 8 pixel. For span, margin bottom 8 pixel, font weight 500, font size is 16 pixel. For smaller screen font size will be 12 pixel. And if it is positive then I will show the green, and if not then I will show the red color. Perfect. And for the icon I will give a height, fit content, padding would be 8 pixel, display flex, align item center, justify content center, so it will be center, border radius 12 pixel, and I have passed a color and a BG, so background would be BG and color would be color. So like this you can pass props and you can use that in your style components. Perfect. So let us pass the BG and color, so item.color and item.light color, and we will be having a description, so that is item.description. So let us define the description. Const description is a style.div, and we will be writing font size 14, color would be text secondary, margin bottom 6 pixel, and for smaller screen 600 pixel, but font size would be 8 pixel. Perfect. Or you can give font size 10 pixel. So yeah, now it is looking good. Or you can give it 12 pixel also. Let's see. Yeah, now it is perfect, right? So now it is done. So in title you can give also font size 14 pixel, it would look better for smaller screen. Perfect. Yeah, now it is basically our card is now done, but the value we have to pass, for of now we have a static value. Yeah, so this value you can do like value and you can pass it from here, but for of now as we don't have anything, let us keep this only 1200. We will do that changes later. Now in the dashboard we will be having other flex items that are basically this graphs and charts, right? So I will have a flex wrap, and then we will be having our weekly stat where we will be passing our data. So what is this data? So first let us create a new component in the card, that is our weekly stat. So let's open this. Sorry. So weekly stats card.jsx rafc, then weekly stats card, then I will import weekly stats card from the cards. Okay, and I have imported this one. So what is this data? So data is basically our this data, but for of now you can get this data from our readme.txt, like the format basically, so it will be easy to build up, right? So we have total kind of calories burned and all the stuffs basically, and a pie chart data. So that is our data basically. So in weekly stat I have passed the data. Also in the count card you can pass this data basically. I will pass data, and in the card let us modify now. So I have data, and this value would be data dot data is, if data is present, then I would do data and pass the key for which one we want, and I will do 2 So you can see, yeah, as per our data the things are being reflected, right? So let's get started with the weekly stats card. So in weekly stats card, what we will be having here is a main wrapper of card, and we will be having the same thing as a title, that is weekly calories burned you can give, and we will be having data as our props, and I will import the style components, and after that we will be defining our card, or you can say title. So first I will define container style.dev, and we will be having title. So it would be card actually, yeah. So if you reload, weekly calories burned is coming, right? So let us create the card. Flex 1 minimum with 280 pixel padding, 24 pixel border, same thing, border radius 14 pixels. So this is exactly same as the card that we have built. So I have simply pasted the things, the title also, right? And then in this data, I will check if the data dot total week calories burnt are present. I will give an AND condition. So in that case only I will show a bar chart. So from bar chart I have to import this bar chart. So from where it is coming, it has been coming from MUIX chart. So you can go in the documentation and you can see what is bar chart, and you can see the documentation and you can do that one, learn the thing. So we have to pass x-axis in an array format in the bar chart. So I will pass x-axis, and that would be scale type will be band, and data would be data dot total calories burned, and in total calories burned we have weeks, so I have to pass weeks. So basically x-axis would be weeks, and for y-axis we will be having, or you can say series, we will be having data as a data dot to total weeks calories burned dot calories burned, right? So yeah, so this is our x and y axis, or you can see series, and its height would be 300 pixels. So now you can see our bar chart is coming absolutely fine. So that's very simple how you create a charts in your React.js component using the MUI charts. So the next thing that we have a pie chart, right? So this pie chart we have to create. So I will simply copy and paste the thing and change it to category chart, and I will create a new card, that is category card.jsx, and I will paste the whole thing of the weekly stat, because the same thing is there, only the chart would be changed. So first thing, instead of bar chart I will write pie chart, and it would be imported. So let us import the thing, pie chart. Then it would be data dot pie chart data if it is present, and yeah, and in that case we will remove the x-axis and series. Height would be 300 only, and I will write it as a series, as an array of object, and in that data would be data dot pie chart, and its inner radius I will give an inner radius of say 30. So let us import the thing in the dashboard, category chart, and if you import this one, let us change it to category card. Yeah, category chart. So it is imported, right? Change the name also, and pie chart we have to import from pie chart, right? So if you reload now, so you can see the whole pie chart is coming, right? So I will give a padding angle of 5 and corner radius of 5 and outer radius of 5. So now it is looking good. If you reload in a bigger screen, you can see the whole thing is coming perfect, right? So you can also remove the outer radius to 20, and say you can play with this whole thing, right? And it would be like pretty awesome playing in the whole thing, playing with this thing, right? So you can do as you like. So I have finalizing outer radius as 120. Yeah, it is looking good. 120 would be good. Perfect. And then we have done with the two charts. The next thing that we have our is input field, right, for this workouts. So while adding this workout, we have the input field. So I will create a new components, add workout, and in the components I will define this one, add workout.jsx. Then again the same thing, I will copy from weekly stat and I will paste it here because we have the same card and all the things. I will change the name to add workout, and here we don't want any data, so we will only take the title and the card. And I will change the name. First of all, let us import it here in dashboard. Perfect. And let us change the name to add new workout. Perfect. Then we will be having our text input. In the text input, what we have here is we have to import the text field basically from text input. So text input, I will pass placeholder a value, you can say. So let us define the value workout and set workout equal to use state, right? So text input value would be workout and label would be workout. It would be text area, and rows I have given 10, right? And then placeholder, you can copy this one, enter in this format. So basically we will be having a specific format through which you can enter your workouts, right? It is easier. Then we will be having a button of, say, let's import the button first. So import button from button. Then in this button we will be having text would be add workout, and it is of small size, right? So I have passed the prop small. So this is our let us do one thing. Let us take the workout and set workout as our props, and we will pass that from a dashboard. So I will define the hook here, use state, and I will pass that in the add workout component. So I will pass, this is how you can pass props and function props basically to one component to other, right? So these are the basic features of React.js. So now this is done. So the next thing, there would be a section where we would be having a title. So I will write title, and then we will be having today's workouts. So in this section, what we have here is const section equals to style.div, and then we will be changing it to card wrapper. So we have a section and a card wrapper basically where the workout cards of today will be present. So section would have a display flex direction column, gap would be 22 pixel, and all the styles that you have seen basically, right? And card wrapper would have display flex wrap, justify content center, margin would be something, and gap would be 20 pixel, and like that. So first thing, I will write card wrapper, and inside that we will be having our workouts card. So I will write data, you can give like that, or let us for now give workout card because we don't have any data. So in the card I will create another card, workout card.jsx, and basically React import and that thing. And now let's write the card. So I will wrap the whole thing in a card. Then we will be having category first thing. So let us see the card how it actually is. So we are having category, say hashtag leg, hashtag back. Then we have the name. So I have written the name, say back squat. And then we have the sets, that is count, then colon 5 sets into 15 reps, like that. And then we have our, we will be doing a flex, that is basically our weight and the duration. So we will be having details, that is fitness center rounded icon from MUI icons, and then having a font size 20 pixel, and then we will be having 30 kg text. And the same thing I will paste. I will change the icon to time lapse round for the time lapse and that thing. So I will import style component first of all, and then I will define all the style components. So first thing is card style.div, then we have copied and pasted that, change it to category, second one, then name, and then we have sets, and then we have a flex, and then we have details, and we have nothing else left, right? So if you reload, first of all let's import this one. So if you reload, you can see some of the text are coming, right? So let's define the style of these cards. So card I will have flex 1 minimum with 250. The same thing, this is the same thing, the cards we have built just now. So in the, I'm not telling the thing, you can just do the same thing. I have pasted only. In category we would be having padding 10 pixel, border radius 8 and all this thing. We have a blue background and the color would be blue. For sets we will be having font size 15 pixel, display flex gap would be 6 pixel. And then for flex we will be having display flex and gap would be 16 pixel. Details we will be having font size 15 pixel, color would be 10 primary, and then font width 500, display flex, line item, center gap 6 pixel. So you can see the cards are now created, right? So now the next thing that we are going to do is the workouts page, right? So come into the workouts page and give it a thumbs up if you are liking till now. We have completed our dashboard, right? So let's build the workout page. So the same thing, we will be having a container in the root, then we will be having a wrapper, same as the dashboard. Then we will be having a left part and a right part. Left part would be a selecting the date. So in left we would be having title, select date, and for the right we will be having for of now add. Let us import style components and let's define the styles. So it would be const container equals to style.div, and I will paste this one and let's change the name, wrapper, then left and then right. Done. Okay, so left I will change to title. So yeah, now if you come to workouts page, you can see select date and R is coming, right? So let's get started with the styling part. So in container, flex would be 1, height 100%, display flex, justify content center, padding 22 pixel by 0, overflow by would be scrolling. So for wrapper also we would be having flex 1, max with 1600 pixel, display flex, gap 22 pixel, and for smaller width, smaller screen size width, we will be having gap 22. For left section we would be having flex 0.2, padding 18, and then border would be 1 pixel, solid, theme primary, and then box shadow and a border radius, same thing as the card, right? The left section will have. Then in the title we will be having font size of 16 pixel, font weight would be 600, and color would be primary, right? And in the wrapper, flex direction would be column basically for smaller screen size, and padding would be 0 pixel by 16 pixel. Let us reload and see. Okay, so it would be pixel, spelling was, there was a mistake. Yeah, now it is perfect. So let us give in the wrapper only. Yeah, now it is coming perfect, right? So for the right section, let's get started. For right section we will be having our section, and in this section we will be having a section title, that is today's workouts, and then we will be having card wrapper, and in this card wrapper we would be having a workout card only, and I will paste some of the cards. So I will write card wrapper, then we have section, and then we have section title. So for section title, font size would be 22 pixel, color would be primary, text primary, and font width 500. For section, display flex, flex direction column, and the basic stuff that we have used in the card wrapper, the same thing we will be writing here. Margin bottom will be 100 pixel and extra. So that is how we have defined our workout cards and the workout section. And let us do multiple, so you can see now it is scrollable also, right? So for the date selection process, we have MUI date picker. So I will write localizer. So that is basically would be root of the date picker. So I will write localization provider. Inside that we will be having our date calendar picker. Now let us import the things, and we have to pass a date adapter also, that is adapter day JS. So we have to import all these things from MUI date picker. So let's import. So workout car, so localization provider from MUI X. So you can go in the documentation and you can just import the things, right? Adapter day JS and localization provider and date picker I have important, that is date calendar, right? So if you reload now, so you can see localization provided not defined, but if you reload you can see our date picker is coming absolutely fine. So our dashboard and workouts page both are done. So if you see in the bigger screen also, the whole thing would be looking absolutely fine that we have as our design, right? So that is basically our front end section that we have. So once the front end this is done, so we are now going to get started with the back end. So let us reload and see. So yeah, you can see the whole thing is looking absolutely fine, right? So yeah, let's get started with our backend. So come to the server. So in the server I will write index.js file in the server only. So this would be our entry point. So I will copy error.js and paste that in the server root folder itself. This is basically to handle the errors. So you can see the code also, right? So now coming to the index.js, before that create a .env file where our hidden tokens and access key will be given. So MongoDB URL and JWT. So you can go in your MongoDB account, you can log in your MongoDB account and you can create a new database, and from that you can get your URL which you have to update with your password and you can use, and so it will be connecting your MongoDB with Node.js. So I will show that how to connect the whole thing. So you can log in MongoDB and coming to the connect option, you can create a new project and then after that connect, click on the connect, then you can see this URL is there and update your password and you can use this URL. So the same thing I have used, right? So now coming to the index.jsx, first thing in the package.json, change the type to module and add a start script as node1 index.js. So if you write npm start, so node1 index.js will be run and our index.js file would be started. So first thing, import express.env, cohorts and mongoose. So all these things are being installed basically. So then configure the .env.config, and then I will define our app, that is const app equals to express app. Then we will be using app.use course, so it will be using course, and then we will be using express, and then we will be passing a JSON which will be having a limit of 50 MB, and then we will also use the express and URL encoded would be true. So I will write extended would be true. Perfect. So this is our basic setup that we do every time when we create a new server, right? So you can just copy and paste every time, right? So for next thing is we will be defining the asynchronous function, arrow function, where we will be having a try and catch, which is basically starting the server. So inside this try we will be having is app.listen. It will be listening to the port 8080 and then it will call a function, and I will simply paste in the console, say console.log server running at port 8080, and then I will call this function simply in this file, right? And then I will create a method, that is get method, and it is a asynchronous function. We will be having an arrow function asynchronous, request and response, and in response I will pass status 200 and I will pass a message, say hello developers from GFG, right? So whenever you open this URL, basically localhost 8080, when the server is running, you will get this message that it is running. So I will do cd server and I will write npm start. So you will see the app has been crashed. Let's see why it is crashed. Okay, so port 8080 is already in use, so let us do it again. Yeah, so you can now see server is running at port 8080. So now if you open your localhost 8080, so you can see that our message is there. So this is basically how we start a server. Right now it's time to connect to our database, right? So both the things are different, your server and database. So connecting to the database, I will again define a function, arrow function, connect db, and then I will write mongoose.set strict query true. Then we will write mongoose.connect, and then we will pass the MongoDB URL from process.env.mongodb URL, and when it is connected, so I will call the then function, and then I will take the response, and I will simply write console.log connected to the MongoDB, and I will have a catch also. If some error comes, I will write console.log error. So whenever it will trying to connect, if it is successful, it will print connected to MongoDB, and if not, it will show the error why it is not. So we have to call this connect MongoDB function in the start server try inside the try, right? So let us now see if we See, you can see in the terminal it is showing MongoDB connected, right? So this is basically how you connect to MongoDB. So now basically we have a structure or a file format. So in server we have main three components: controllers, models, and routes. So these are the basic things that are required while we build a server. So in the models, it is basically the schemas of the object. For of now, say user and workout. I have created two files, user.js and workout.js. So let us define the schema. So user, I have imported mongoose and I will define the user schema. So const user schema equals to new mongoose schema, where we have name, its type would be string, then it will be required because it is required. Then we have email ID, and email ID would be unique for each user, right? So I have passed the thing unique true. Then we have password, it will be again type string. Then we have image, and image would be by default null. If someone is not giving image, not required. Then we have age. Age you don't need, but still if you require age, we have age, number, and if we pass the timestamp true, so it will like show when it is updated and when it is deleted and all the stuff created. So then I will export default this mongoose.model. Then I will write user model and then pass the user schema, right? So this is how you define a models in MongoDB. I will copy and paste in workout, and then I will change the attributes. Basically first let us change the name, so it would be workout schema. Then let us change the attributes. So first thing we have category, then we have workout name, then we have sets, then we have reps. So both the things would be type number, so sets and reps are there. And after that we have our weight, then we have duration. So all the stuffs are in number, right? So, and last thing we have the calories burned for each workout basically. So calories burned and date would be there, right? So date would be type date, and by default the date would be today, so means date.now. Then change the model name to workout. Perfect. And after this we need to assign the workouts to user, right? So this is how we create the relation. So user, I have written the attribute, and then its type would be mongoose.schema.types.object.id. So this is basically you pass the user ID and it will take a difference of user, and it is required, right? So by default it is required true. So that is our workout and user schema. Now let's define the controllers. So I have written user.js. So controllers are basically the functions, or you can say for each of the APIs that we will be having. For that we have the function, so that is known as controllers. So I have imported all the stuff, so you can see and import the things that are being required. So then I will config the .env, and after that the first controller is our authentication controller, right? So I will write export const user register equal to async, and then it will have a try and a catch. Basically for each controller we will be having a try and catch function, and then we will be if there is error, then we will pass next error, but we have to define the error also. So I will paste this one. So let us paste the error handler. So this error handler you can get in the readme.txt from the drive, you can paste that, right? So yeah, so inside this try let us define the first of all let us define new email and password that we will be taking from the request.body. Email, password, name and image, this will be passing taking from the request body, and then we will check if the user is already present or not. So I will write await user.find1 by email, and then I will execute this one. So if there is an existing user, what I will do is I will return the error. So I have create error, and I will pass 409 status, and I will say email is already in use. So if same email is being registered already, so we don't want that, then person should log in. But if not, if the things are correct, then I will do a salting. What is salting? When you add a password in a database, you always should hash the thing. So for that reason we have used bcrypt. So I will write console equals to bcrypt, then gen saltsync 10, then hash password I have written by bcrypt.hashing password and salt. So it will hash the password. Then I will create a new user. So const user equals to new user, and the user is from the model basically. So I will pass name, email, password would be hash password, and image. Then once I will write created user equals to user.save. So when you write user.save, it will be saved in our MongoDB database. Then I will generate a token from this created user. So I will write const token equals to jwt sign and id is created user underscore id. Then we will write process.env.jwt, and then I will write expiry date. So it expires in 9999 years basically, right? And then after that we will be returning this whole thing, that is status 200.json, and in the JSON we will pass the token and user. So it will be response, return response. So this is how basically we have written our sign up controller. But now to use this we have to define the routes. So in the routes I have created a user.js file, and in this user.js file we will write import express from express, and after that we will write the const router equals to express dot router, and then we will pass router.post. So the method is post for sign up, so I have written /sign up, and then we will call the controller, that is user register, that is imported from controllers. Now this routes needs to be called in your index.js. So I will import the user routes from routers/user.js file, and in the controller also .js you have to add. And after that if you reload, there are some errors. So we have to export this one, the router. So export default router, and now you can see MongoDB connected. But now if you call the API, it won't, because so I have opened Postman. So if you don't know what is Postman is basically for testing the APIs. You can install Postman and you can test the stuff. So for sign up we have the email, the password name as the JSON body, but it won't be working because we haven't written the app.use/API/user, and it would be user routes. So this is how you define your routes basically. And now if you click on send, you will see it will take some time, and let us see the response. Okay, some error is there. So let us come back to controller. Okay, so we haven't taken request response next, so you have to take the request response next, right? So now let us check again. So there is a conflict. So it is showing email is already in use, but the error format is not correct. So do one thing, cut this from here and paste it after the we have defined the routes, and let us again. So you will see it will be in JSON format. This is what we wanted. So now it is perfect. The next thing that we want here is the sign in API basically, right? So for sign in I have pasted the same thing, and then I will write user login, and then as a prop I will take only email and password from the body, and then existing user, let us change to user, and then I will do the find one. And if there is no user found, then what I will do is 404 user not found. I will pass the message. For all salting and all this part I will remove, and instead of token, in the token I will pass user itself, as the ID will be there. So I will define const is password correct as a bcrypt. So now in this case we have to compare the salted password with the password that is entered, right? So I will write a bcrypt.compare sync password and user password. So if the user password is correct, so I will return next create error 403 incorrect password. So if the password is wrong, then I will pass incorrect password, and if it is correct, then I will pass the password. So let us now uncomment this one and call the user login. And now if you come to the user sign in, so in the body pass the email password. So you can see data and hash arguments are required. So there is some error. Let us see what the error is. So let us check what the error is coming. This thing is perfect. We are comparing the password, user.password, Let us do one console.log and see what the response is coming till this or not. Okay, hi is being printed, so it means it is coming perfectly. So this is how basically you have to debug if there is any error. Let us do console log the password and the error, password log and the user password, and let's see. So both are coming, but user password is undefined. Let us see if user is coming or not. So yeah, user is coming. Password is also there, but why it is not coming? Let us see. The same thing is coming, undefined. Password is there. User not found is working perfect, but if the user is found, then the problem is there, right? So let's see by adding a question mark here. In this case also, user are finding. The same error is coming. For sign up, the things are coming perfect, but let us see the model ones. Okay, I have got the error. So we haven't defined the password itself. So in user there would be password and it is required true and type string. And now if I create a new user, so yeah, okay, so that was the error. Basically in model we haven't defined the password. So now you can see a password has been created, and now if you log in, so our thing is working perfect, right? You have the user logged in. So now the next routes that we have here is our dashboard thing, right? So I will define const get user dashboard, that is a asynchronous function, same thing, request response next. Then we will be having our try and catch block, and in the catch block we will pass the error. Then in the try block what we will be having here is user ID. Now this user ID would be coming from JWT. We have to define that one. So there will be middleware. So I will create a new folder, middleware, and I will write verify token.js. So we have to pass a token that we are passing in the login. We have to pass the token as authorization header, and in that case only if it is present we will only then give access to the API. So I have written a asynchronous function, the same thing, try and catch block, and inside that first thing we will do here is we will check if request.headers.authorization is not there. I will pass you are not authenticated. Then we have defined the token request.headers.authorization. Then I will split if there is a space, and I will take the one, which is basically our token. So it is a bearer token, so it is like in the format bearer space the token. And then I will check if token is not present, then I will pass you are not authenticated. And if these things are correct, then I will do the decode of the token. So I have defined const decode equals to jwt.verify token and then process.env.jwt. Then I will pass request.user equals to decoded. So basically it will decode and get the user ID from there, and it is being passed as a request.user, which I am using in this controller. So I am getting the user ID, and then I am finding the user. If user present, then okay, and if not, then I will pass user not found. Then I will define the date and format. So current date format I have defined as a new date, and then start date start today and end today. I have defined current date formatted dot get full year and all the stuff. So this thing you can copy. This is basically the today's date and end date. Then I will calculate the total calories burnt. So I will write const total calories burnt equals to await. Then workout, that is our model. Then I will aggregate this thing by matching our user ID. So we have to match user. Our user ID I will pass, and then date I will pass as which is greater than start date and less than end date. So basically it will give the current dates workout calories data, and then I will group this one as IDs and null, and total calories burnt. What I will do, it is a sum up of calories burnt, right, for each of the workout. So I will write a $calories burnt. This is how you can group and create a summation. So we have a total calories burnt, then we will calculate total number of workouts. So I will write const total number of workouts equals to await workout.count documents, and I will pass user as user ID, and date would be current date. So you can give greater as a start date and less than end date. Greater start today and LTE $LT end today. Perfect. Then total number of workouts done. The next thing we will be having is calculating the average calories burnt per workout. So I will write const total workouts equals to await workout dot basically not the thing, the average calories we need, sorry. So const average calories burnt per workout equals to total calories burnt dot length, then greater than 0 if the total calories burnt today is greater than 0. In that case, what I will do here is I will take the 0 index and then dot total calories burnt, then I will divide it by total workouts. Perfect. And if not, then 0 I will pass. Then next thing I will pass the fetch calories. So I will write fetch calories is await workout. I will comment this fetch categories of workouts. So we have to take the categories of workouts. So I will do call the workout model dot aggregate. The same thing I will do. I will aggregate this one. The same match function, the user and the date. I will paste this one, user and date, and then we will do grouping. Same thing, I will do a group of ID would be category. You can give $category, and total calories burnt would be sum of the calories burnt. Right. So there is some error in the brackets, I guess. Let's fix this one. Okay, so yeah, now it is okay, there is the error again in the brackets. Yeah, now it is perfect, right? Yeah, so same thing, we have done a group. ID would be category and total calories burnt with sum of the total calories burnt. Then I will create format category data for pie chart. Right, for pie chart data we will be having calories.map. I will map, and then I will take the ID, value, and the label basically of our calories. Then we will create two arrays, weeks and calories burnt. I will create a for loop of 7 days for the bar chart basically. I will pass const date equals to new date, current formatted date, and then in the week I will push that date. Then I will have the start and end date basically. So week data would be aggregate of the format. So this is basically the same thing that we are doing. We will be grouping and then we will be sorting. So basically, if you don't understand, you can go and check the code in my GitHub. You will get that from there. So then I will push the week data 0 if it is present. So I will push the calories burnt, and if not, I will not push. Then I will do is I will return this whole thing: total calories burnt, total workout, average calories burnt, and the total week calories and pie chart data. So that is basically our user dashboard. So I'm getting a little bit fast because our time constraint is there. So you can get this code and you can see while you build up, right? So yeah, so I have defined a new route dashboard and I will call the middleware, and then we have to pass in the middle. So if I in the body, let us remove the thing, it would be a get method, and if I pass user is not found, so you can see authorization is required. So I will copy the token from here, I will paste it here, and then I will do so. Let us see what is the error. Okay, so this controller is not called, so get a user dashboard. I will import it. Yeah, done. Oh, there would be the export also beforehand. So if you call cat, some error again came. So okay, so we have to write const before this one. So category calories. Yeah, so write a const before that one. We have to define that one. And now if you send the request again, you will see it is taking some time. Okay, so user.find one, it is taking some little bit of time. Let us see if the MongoDB is connected. Let us do it again, and you can see our thing is coming right for our dashboard basically. Perfect. So the next thing that we have after our dashboard is basically our workouts by date. So like we have a controller through which we will get our workout of each date. So I will write try catch, and then same thing, we will be taking first user ID, the same thing, then we will be taking the date as our query. If date is passed, then we will take the date, and if not, then it will take the current date. Check user, start of day, end of day, same thing. Today's workout I have defined. So today's workout is workout.find user ID and then date. Total calories burnt, I will just calculate it, and then I will pass it as a response of 200 total today's workout and total calories burnt. Then we have add workout function. So for this add workout, I will again do the same thing, try catch. So this add workout is a little bit complex because we have to play with the string basically, like how we are manipulating the string, because it will be a single string format, but we have to check and we have to insert the data. So there is only single string workout string from body, and then we will split the string if there is a semicolon. So and after that we will be check that if there is a hash starting. So in that case we will see that if length is 0, so we will do no categories found. So we are separating the whole thing with the hash, right? Then we will define an array, parsed workout and current category and count. So now I will write for each workout, and I will call a loop, and then we have line. I will increase the count, and if the line starts with the hash, then only we will go inside the if condition. We will take the parts, we will split each parts, and then we will check the length of the part, and then we will check if some of the length is missing, then we will pass that. If not, we will get the workout details by parse workout, and if not, then we will return an error in the format, and then we will also if it is correct, then I will push that in the parse workout, and if there is error, we will do that one. And after that we will calculate the calories burnt for each workout. So we have a function calories burnt, calculated calories burnt, and then after that we will pass the response. So the two functions are there, one is parse workout line and the total calories burnt. So these two things you can get in this text only, the two functions. These are a little bit complex, you can go and see how we are doing the thing. Perfect. So we are done with our backend. So that was it. So that was our server is done, and then we have to define our APIs in our front end to use that one. So in the src I will write API folder, and that we have index.js, and after that we will be using Axios. So I will import Axios from Axios, and then I will write const API equals to Axios.create, and then I will create a base URL that is localhost 8080 and API. Then I will define each of the functions, say export const user signup function, asynchronous function where we are taking data as a props, and then I will call api.post user/signup, and then I will pass the data. Same thing we will do for sign in. So this is how we will define the different functions for the APIs, and we will be using that one. So after the to sign up sign in, we have get dashboard details. we have token and I have to pass the token. It would be a get method. Change the URL, and it would be like headers. We have to pass authorization and a bearer, and then we have to pass token. So this is how you define the authenticated routes, or you can say authenticated APIs basically. Perfect. And I will copy and paste the same thing like that for the other things. So get workouts, get dashboard details, and other things. So the next thing, we will have our Redux setup for our managing state. So we will create a new folder Redux, and then we have a reducer folder inside that, and inside that we have user slice, and we have another store.js in our Redux folder on itself. So reducer are basically used to store your slices. That is basically say user slice, say snack bar slice, like that basically. So user slice, first of all I will create a import slice, and then I will define the initial state, that is current user. It would be null, and I will export this one, user slice equals to let us export this one, and then user slice equals to create slice. Name would be user, initial state I have passed, and then in the reducer are basically the functions that we have actually. So for of now, say login success. So this is a arrow function where we have state and action, and in state.current user I will change it to action.payload.user. So I will take the payload as user and I will set, so it will store in our local storage, and I have to store the token also. So I will use the local storage, and I will store the fit track app token. Okay. And then for logout, what I will do is I will remove the item, and current user I will change it to null. Perfect. And then after that we have to export this one, the logout and login success and logout functions as a user slice dot actions, and then export default user slice dot reducers. Perfect. So this is how you define a slice, and then we have a store. So first thing is to import the things that we have. So I will simply import the things. So you can simply import or copy paste from my GitHub this imports basically. After that we have to define the storage and all the stuff. So persist config, that is key root version 1 and storage. Then we have a root reducer where we have user as user reducer, and then we have persist reducer, persist config we have passed, and the root reducer. Then we will export, means define our store, and we will export that one. So in the store we have reducer as persist reducer, and then we have middlewares where get default middleware. We will take get default middleware, and then inside that we will pass serializable check as ignore actions. We will pass all this thing, that is flush and all this thing, hydrate and all this thing. These are basically common thing, you can paste that. And then I will export the persister from here, so it would be persist reducer. Perfect. So that is basically our Redux setup. But now to use this one, we have to call that at our root. So come in the index.js file, we will be having provider, and then after that we will be having persister gate, and we will wrap the app in that. So in provider we have to pass the provider or the store equals to store, and persist get persister equals to persister. So let us import the things. So I will import provider, persist get, store, and persister, right? So now you can use Redux. So if you reload, you will see the thing should come perfectly. There was some error. Let us see. Okay, so let us rename it to reducers. So that was the error. Yeah, now you can see the things are coming perfect, right? So our Redux is being set up perfectly. Now it's time to check that if for of now we have used the normal hook, but now we will be using Redux hook. So current user I will take from use selector, which is from Redux, and state would be state.user basically, right? So that is how you will be getting the current user state. And let us import it, use selector from Redux, and then I will pass current user, and I will check through that only. If current user is present, then you will show that thing, and if not, then I will pass that. So current user we will pass in the navbar also. So if current user is there in the nav bar, so I will take it in props current user. And now on logout button, do one thing, on click function we will call it dispatch. So I will write dispatch, so it would be dispatch, and then logout, sorry, the function we have defined logout, but we have to define dispatch and logout. So write const dispatch equals to use dispatch, and for login logout we have to call that from our user slice, right? So I will simply import that one. So user slice, reducer slash user slice. So if you click on the logout button now, it will take you to the auth page. And in avatar, if current user is present, so do one thing, if src is current user, if present, turn then its image, and I will pass current user dot name, and I will take the 0th index, so it will show the name, say R or T, anything. So you can see T is coming, right? So let us do logout. So you can see it has take us to the login screen, and if you reload, it will always take us to the login screen only, because current user is not there, right? So let us come back to sign in page, and let us define the authentication function, or calling the backend API, right? So what I will do here is I will call the use dispatch, then we have loading, set loading, button disabled, button loading, and all this stuff. So I've imported the things, the user slice, the API, and all this thing, and email and password hooks, right? So I will define a handle sign-in function. So first thing, let us define a validation input. So if email and password not present, I will create a alert, please fill all the fields. Perfect. And then I will write const handle sign-in function, that is asynchronous function, where what we will do here is I will set the loading as true, then set the button disabled as true, and after that I will call if validated input is true, then I will call await, then user sign up or sign in, sorry, that is basically our API, and I will pass email and password, and I will check if done, then I will take the response, and I will dispatch login success, right? And I will pass a response data, so it will take the token and the user, and it will store in Redux, and I will create an alert as login success. Perfect. And if not, so I will put a catch also, so you can keep a catch also, and if you don't want, you can remove. So I will write a catch and error, and if error is there, I will simply do alert error dot response data dot message. Perfect. And I will disable the loading as false and the loading as false, right? Now let us take the value. So I will write for the inputs value as email, and handle change I will do e, and take the set email as e dot target dot value. So this is how you will change the values of a use state hook and a text input, right? I will paste and change this one to password, set password. Perfect, right? And button, what I will do here is I will write handle on click as handle sign in, and then disabled, and loading I will pass. So if you now reload and entered, let us do one thing, I will take this email address itself, and if you use this email address and password, if you change, and you can see incorrect password and login success, right? So that is how basically our login is working. So it is now working absolutely fine. So the same thing I will do for the sign up also. So it is very simple. For sign up, you have to just simply use the same thing, only change the API to user sign up, and rest of the things are same. So I have pasted that one only, validate inputs and all this thing. Name, only name is added as a use state, one more extra thing. And in this function I will call handle sign in, I will paste that one, and I will change it to user sign up, and name I have to pass also, right? So the dispatch and all this thing will be same, only change the alert to account created, but rest would be same. And in this text input you have to do the same thing as we did in login. Value would be name, handle change, set name, email, and set the password. So the same thing. And for the button also it would be the same thing. Let us do it for the button. So button for sign up button, yeah, handle click would be handle sign up, sign in, sorry, let us change to sign up, yeah, handle sign up, and loading. So that is our two things. Authentication is done. Now let us come back to the dashboard. So in dashboard we have done a pretty much, that is basically our data. We have used this data only, so our API calling would be very simple. So first thing that you have to do here is you have to remove this one and define a useState data as empty, because we have to call that from API and call a loading function, loading state. So I have defined a new hook, useState loading, and also workout. So by default a workout, let us give that workout, so it will be easier to add a workout, and button loading is there. So now let us create a function, that is dashboard data asynchronous function. Same thing, we will pass set loading would be true, and then it would be taking the token from the local storage. So if token is present, it would take from local storage, get item fit track token. Yeah, it will take the token, and then it will call the API, that is get dashboard details, I think, and we will pass the token. So this is basically the API. We have to import this one, and then the same thing, response and that one. So once the response comes, I will set the data as response. Let us call the API. So I have imported all the APIs that are needed. So yeah, and once it is done, we will set the set loading as false. So the next thing that we have is we have to call this every time when the page loads. So we will be using use effect hook. So use effect, we will call the dashboard data, right? And I will pass an empty array as a dependency array, because we want every time it is reloaded. So you can see it is reloaded, the datas are all zeros. Okay, so let us do one thing, let us add the workouts and see. Okay, so I will create a new function, add new workouts. The same thing, set button loading would be true, it would take the token, and after that it will call the function add workout, the API, the workout string I have to pass, and in the response what I will do here is I will call the dashboard data function, and I will do set button loading false, and if any error is there, I will simply create an alert of the error, right? So that is how you can add new workouts. Let us call the add new workouts when you click on this button, on click, it would be say add workouts, and button loading would be button loading, and add workout is being added. So yeah, so add new workout, I have passed the function, and in this component we will come, and in this button click we have to pass that one. So handle on click add new workout function is called, and is loading, and button disabled button loading is called. So yeah, so let us reload and see. If you click, so some error is there, I guess. Okay, so in the server in routes we haven't defined this thing, right, for the workout, right? So I will just define both of the routes, workout, one is post and get, so it will get the workout and add the workouts. So now if you do reload, let us see if the server is running. So there is a server crash, let's see, add workout and get workout. Yeah, now it is perfect. So now let us create. Yeah, so now you can see one pie chart is also coming perfectly, and our bar chart is also coming perfectly. Let us change the category and see. Yeah, so now you can see as you click on the button, it reflects as soon as possible, and it is getting all the dashboard data also. So that is how you create the awesome website in React.js using your backend as Node.js. So give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, right? So now we have today's workouts, basically all the workouts data. So I will call the function, change it to today's workout, get today's workout, and set today's workout, the response.data dot today's workout, and then after that I will call that one in our use effect, get today's workout, and also it would be called when we click on new workout. And now we have to map the workout cards basically, right? So today's workouts dot map, we have to map this one, today's workout, and we have to pass the workout card inside this, and we will pass workout is equal to workout. So now you can see the length or the count of the workouts are being increased of the cards, but the card we have to make some changes, as the prop is we are taking workout as the props. So we will open the card, and in the props we will simply take the workout, and after that workout card is there. So first thing is category. I will change the category as workout.category. Then name would be workout.name, workout name, and then we have count and sets. It will be simply say count : workout sets into workout.reps and reps, and then workout weight in form of kg and workout duration in form of minutes. So now you can see the things are being reflected perfectly. So if you create a new workout, it will be reflected accordingly, right? So the next page is, so let us create a new workout, and let us see. If we reload, the things are coming perfect. So instead of legs, let us change it to chest, and let us change it to push up, and let's change the duration. Let's see. Yeah, new category is formed, and at the bottom you can see a new card is coming, right? So that is how our whole fitness tracking is being calculated and coming. So now the next page and the last page of this application is the workout, right? So it is very much simple as we did in home, dashboard. So same thing, I will import the APIs and the dispatch function, and after that we will define the same thing, dispatch and today's workout, set today's workout, loading and date. So the same thing, and we have imported a circular progress bar also, and we will import dispatch from React Redux, and use state is being imported. Perfect. So let us go to workouts, and now let us do one thing. I will copy and paste the same function that we have in our dashboard for getting today's workout. I will paste this only because we have the same thing, right? But in the date we have to make some changes. So in this date we will check if date is there, then I will pass the date as a query, and if not, then we will pass nothing. And same thing, use effect we will call, and inside that we will call the get today's workout. And but in this one we have to pass date as in dependency array, because whenever we change the date, the API should be called, right? So that is done, and now let us do the change in the date calendar picker. So I will write on change. I will change the date to set date as e.month plus 1 / e.day / e.year. Let us see now, and again the same thing. I will paste it from the dashboard itself. I will give a loading here. So if loading set is on, then I will add a circular progress bar from MUI circular progress bar, and if not, then I will call the wrapper, card wrapper. Let us map the today's workout. So I will write today's workout.map workout, and then we have our workout card. I will paste inside that. Perfect. Workout. Perfect. It is done perfectly, right? So yeah. So if you now in the API, let's see. Okay, in the API it is coming, but some error is there. Status code 500. Let us see what is the error actually coming. Okay, so there would be a dollar before the day, right? Yeah. If you reload and set, yeah, so now it is coming perfect, right? So for 23 it is coming, all the workouts are coming. For 17 it is coming, but if there is no workout, then it is not showing us, right? So now it is coming perfectly, right? So if you reload, you can see all the workouts and the date filter is there, and all the things are coming perfect. The dashboard is looking pretty much awesome. So give it a thumbs up. And the next part is pushing this to GitHub and deploying the web application and adding it in your resume. So first thing that you have to do is open your client and just delete or cut to the gitignore and .git file to your root directory from the client, and then change the gitignore /client/node modules, and the thing that I have done, the server /node modules and the .env, because we don't want them in our GitHub. Perfect. And once it is done, just simply do one thing, initial commit, but you can see there are many changes. So close the VS Code once again and do a refresh by opening the folder again. So now the changes of git ignore should be reflected. Let us make it big. Yeah, so now let us see. Yeah, now it is, you can see 59 changes are there. Then I will just do initial commit and publish as a public directory in my GitHub. You can get it from my GitHub. This is my account, my profile, Rishabh Chanda. You can follow me and you can get all my repositories, fitness tracker, food delivery, e-commerce and all this stuff. So now we have our repository in our GitHub. After that, we will do here is we will open render for deploying our backend and Netlify for frontend. So log in and then connect to your GitHub, connect to your GitHub account, and then let us connect it. Okay, now it is connected. Then access your repository, that is fitness tracker, and then click on save. So once it is saved, now you can connect it. Click on connect, and then root directory, change it to server. Then build command would be npm install. Why root directory server? Because we in the root we have two client and server, right? So for that case server. Then in build command write npm install and start command npm start. Then create a secret file.env and paste the contents of your env file, that is Mongo URL and JWT. Click on create web server and it will create your backend web server. Next thing, coming to Netlify, open your Netlify account, click on create a new website, then click on git and then search your repository, then you will get it. Then site name, give any site name that you want. After that click on base directory would be client, build command would be npm run deploy, npm run build, sorry. Then it would be publish directory would be client/build and add a new variable ci false. Then click on deploy, so it will start deploying. Meanwhile in the backend or in the render you can see our MongoDB is connected. So if you open this one, it will be rendered basically. So it is taking some time, but it will be rendered. And on Netlify our deploy is in progress, so let us see. Okay, so in the client let us update this API and just push it. So I will change it to render the API URL that we have got from render. I have updated it and I will check if the things are working perfect. So I have done cd client and npm start. Let us see. So if it comes successfully, then our API is working basically. Okay, our deployment of our front end is also done. So you can click on open this production and you can see our login page is coming perfect, absolutely fine. I will create a new commit and I will push that one. So our API will be changed in Netlify also. So I will just try to log in with my email and password. Let us see. So the API is perfect because the things are coming, incorrect password and all, right? So the new deploy is being started because that is update of our API. So you can see that one also. So yeah, it is in progress. So yeah, it is done. I guess building is done, deploying is done, and all the stuffs are done. So you can open this one and you can do login. So I will log in. So it is taking some time. Let us see. You can do inspect also, like see what if there is some error you can see. Okay, so incorrect password was there. So change it to GFG and see login success. Yeah, so you can see it is logged in successfully with our hosted Netlify application. You can add also workouts and all the stuffs. Okay, so yeah, that's it. We have the filter option and all the stuff. So that's pretty much, yeah. So bye bye, see you in the next video.